Roald Dahl, a popular children's author with a dark side. Roald Dahl, 1916 to 1990, was a British author, mainly known for his dark comic children's books. A great many of these feature cruel, wicked adult characters who are defeated by smart children. Dahl's first success as a children's book author was James and the Giant Peach, 1961. He followed this up with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 1964, Fantastic Mr. Fox, 1970, The BFG, 1982, The Witches, 1983, and Matilda, 1988. These have all since been turned into movies. While writing these popular works, Dahl made up over 500 new words in a language he called gobblefunk. These include snozzcumber, a kind of vegetable, and scrumdiddlyumptious, very delicious. He appealed to children by combining disgust with comedy. This both scared and entertained them. He also stuck to topics children generally enjoy, such as sweet treats, magic, and good triumphing over evil. Finally, Dahl's vivid descriptions really make his stories come to life. Few readers, for example, would forget the way he describes a chocolate waterfall or a giant blowing dreams into sleeping children's ears.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Tiffany.
I'm Chickling.
And have you ever heard of Roald Dahl or any of his stories?
Actually, no. Is he a singer? Author?
I think you've definitely seen his stories before. There's a very famous one with like chocolate, Charlie.
Factory?
Yes.
Okay. But I've only watched the movie.
Yeah, so he actually wrote, not the movie, but he wrote the story behind it. But yeah, Roald Dahl, he's a beloved children's book writer, but, you know, he's not really exactly an angel or a saint. There's a lot of really interesting stories about him, but yeah, it's really interesting to hear that for a person who writes children's stories, right?
Right, I really am very curious about what he's done before.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to learn about this wonderful author called Roald Dahl, but he does have a dark side to him. So let's take a look at our article to learn more and see what did he do. Okay, the article says, Roald Dahl, 1916 to 1990, was a British author mainly known for his dark comic children's books. Okay, now author is a noun. It's basically a person who writes books or the person who wrote a particular book. So yeah, a lot of famous authors are people like Aesop, you know, Aesop's Fables. There's Dr. Seuss, Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham. Of course, there's William Shakespeare, a very famous author. Stephen King, he wrote It, you know, the very scary clown story. That's him. And of course, J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter. Those are just a few authors, just to name a few. We can use author in a sentence like this. For our school project, we had to write a report on another famous author. I picked Jane Austen.
So author 就是作家、作者的意思。所以是什么书的作者，我们可以说He was proud to be the author of such an inspiring book. 就是他觉得当这一个很棒、很有让人家充满灵感的故事的作者，他是很觉得替自己感到骄傲的。所以呢，罗德达尔他是出生于1916年，过世于1990年。他是英国的作家哦，他以他带有黑色幽默的童话故事、童书闻名。
Now, we also saw the phrase be known for. This phrase just means to be famous or well known for something. So I mentioned J.K. Rowling. She's the author. She is known for writing Harry Potter. Other examples are Adele is known for her powerful voice, or Mike Tyson. He is known for his knockouts, the boxer.
所以我们文章中出现的 be known for 其实是以什么特色让人家知道。所以他是以这个人的特质、技能或者是品质，比如说他因他的善良而闻名，我们就可以用刚刚像 Tiffany 讲到的句子 She is known for her kindness。但是如果今天呢，我们变成 be known to， 它就会变成被谁熟知、被谁认识。我们是来说明某个群体啊，或者是个人认识或熟悉某人事物的感觉。 比如说 He is known to his friends as a great cook. 所以他的朋友们认识他是个很会做菜的人。不过今天如果变成 be known as， 它就会变成被称为，所以变成说呢，代表某人某物，他们是以特定称号、绰号而被认识。比如说 She is known as the Queen of Pop， 她被称为流行乐天后。
That's right. Okay, let's continue reading. The next part of the article says, a great many of these feature cruel, wicked adult characters who are defeated by smart children. Smart children.
Right. 所以这边呢，我们看到今天的 language and focus. Let's take a look. 所以呢，我们今天的文法要讲到 a great or a good many or a good deal of something 后面加名词相关数量的表示方式。那个 a great or a good many 后面是接可数名词哦，它的用法跟 a large number of something 一样。比如说 a great many people showed up for the concert despite the rain。那或者是今天，如果你要接不可数名词，我们就要改成 a great deal of 或是 a good deal of something， 代表很多东西。那它当然变成不可数，我们就要把 number 变成 amount， 所以就会变成 a large amount of something。比如说 He put a great deal of effort into learning the new language。 那如果我们今天要讲两个都可以的呢，就是 a lot of、plenty of 或者是 a large quantity of， 后面呢都是两个可以接，可接可数不可数都可以。但是你们要留意的是 a large quantity of something 后面修饰的是物品，通常不会讲人或者是动物哦。比如说 There are plenty of snacks for everyone at the party， 或者是呢我们后面这边你看它都没有加人哦。The store has a large quantity of winter coats on sale this week.
All right, so let's go back to the article. We were talking about how a lot of Roald Dahl stories feature cruel, wicked adult characters. We saw the word wicked here. It's an adjective and it means morally bad. They do bad things and don't care about others. Like in Snow White, her stepmother, I would say, was a wicked stepmother because, she was very happy to kill Snow White in order to become the fairest of all in the land. We can also use wicked in a sentence like this. The wicked witch tricked the poor children into drinking the magic potion.
Oh my gosh. 所以 wicked 就是邪恶的。我们常常说做坏事，你就可以说 do something wicked. 比如说 She was shocked that he could do something so wicked. 那么我们刚刚看到的动词 defeat， 这是打败的意思或战胜。所以呢，它的许多故事中呢，常常出现残酷、邪恶的大人角色，但最终呢，却被聪明的孩子给击败。
All right, so let's continue reading. Next, it says Dahl's first success as a children's book author was James and the Giant Peach, 1961. So it was published in 1961. That's what it means.
OK, 所以他其实达尔的第一本畅销作品就是《飞天巨桃历险记》，它是在1961年的时候发出的。
If you know the story, good. Next, it says he followed this up with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in 1964. Fantastic Mr. Fox in 1970, the BFG, Big Friendly Giant in 1982, The Witches in 1983, and Matilda in 1988. These have all since been turned into movies. So I think even if you didn't read the stories, many of us are very familiar with the movies like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. There was also like The Witches, which was also a new movie with Anne Hathaway. When you follow something up with it means to add onto something you've just done or to take further action. Like after the success of the movie Fast and the Furious, they followed up with more movies. Like I think there's like 10 Fast and the Furious movies now,
so
right?
Yeah. So follow something up with something 就是针对或采取什么的后续行动。反正他就写了很多书嘛，然后在《飞天巨桃历险记》之后，他又写了《查理与巧克力工厂》。超级狐狸先生啦，吹梦巨人、女巫以及马蒂达这些作品，后来呢，全部都被改编成电影哦。
Next it says, while writing these popular works, Dahl made up over 500 new words in a language he called gobblefunk. Okay? When you make up or made up something, it means it's invented, it's not real or true. So this language, gobblefunk, is not a real language, it's something he kind of basically invented while he was writing these stories as well.
所以 make something up 就是创造的意思。所以他在写这些受欢迎的故事的时候，他甚至创造了超过500个新词，而且这些字汇呢，就组成了他自创的叫 Gobblefunk 的语言。
Yeah, what is Gobblefunk? It says these include snoscumber, a kind of vegetable, and scrumdiddlyumptious, which means very delicious.
Oh my gosh, that's a long word.
So cute, right?
Yeah. 所以呢，刚刚老師講的那兩個字哦 snoscumber 它就是一種蔬菜，跟這個 scrumdiddlyumptious
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Oh, thank you.
No
Umptious.
problem.
Very delicious. 就是很美味的意思哦。所以這是他創造的語言。
Yeah, very silly. Next it says, he appealed to children by combining disgust with comedy. Okay, lots of words here. So let's take a look at the first word, appeal. Appeal is a verb and it means to attract or interest somebody. Like a store with bright colors might appeal to you. It attracts you and it makes you want to go in and see like what are you selling or what's in here. For example, we can say many K-pop songs appeal to many people because they're catchy and easy to sing along to.
所以呢 appeal 这边是动词，它是吸引到谁的感觉。比如说你后面加你吸引的人，我们加一个 to， so appeal to someone 就是引起谁的兴趣。比如说 this style of music seems to appeal to a wide audience， 或者是当名词也有吸引力、呼吁的意思。The product has broad appeal among young people， 也 OK 当名词的时候。
Next, we saw the word combine, okay? Combine is a verb and it means to have two or more different features or characteristics and to put two or more things, features, or qualities together. So yeah, basically just to put one thing and then another thing together. So for example, if you take chocolate and milk, you combine it or join it together with milk, you get chocolate milk. We can use combine in a sentence like this. Instead of working individually, we decided to combine our skills and tackle the project together.
So combine 就是混合，我们常常说 combine something with something， 结合在一起。不过课文这边指的是拥有跟兼备两种以上特质的意思哦。但是当然你要单纯只把物品混合在一起也是没有问题的。比如说 The chef will combine fresh herbs with olive oil to create a flavorful dressing.
Sounds yummy.
Yay.
All right, so why do these stories attract children? Because Roald Dahl is very good at combining disgust and comedy. Okay, disgust is a noun here and it means like a yucky feeling. And comedy is something funny. So sometimes the characters, they might do something disgusting or they're gross. But also he mixes it really well with something funny as well. So children really love this combination.
So disgust 就是恶心、反感的感觉哦。那么 comedy 的部分呢，它就是喜剧成分、戏剧性，但这边是不可数哦，它是不可数名词。那么就像 comic 这边的当形容词是有滑稽的意思。
Okay, next the article says this both scared and entertained them. Okay, when you're entertained, entertain, this verb means to interest somebody or make somebody laugh in order to please them. For example, actors act in movies to entertain us. They make movies to make us laugh or to make us feel happy. For example, we can say, during the power outage, the children entertained themselves by playing card games. Yes, that's mostly what you can do because you don't have your phone or the internet to use. So
Right. So entertain 就是给什么东西娱乐或招待的意思。比如说 she loves to entertain guests with her cooking skills. 或者是我们常常 entertain 会拿来有考虑的意思。比如说 to entertain the idea of something. 比如说 he's starting to entertain the idea of taking a year off to travel. 他就有在考虑想要花1年出去旅游。所以这一个作家呢，他结合恶心跟喜剧元素，吸引小朋友，小朋友就会觉得哇，好好笑，好好玩哦，但是又感到很害怕。
Next, the article then says, he also stuck to topics children generally enjoy, such as sweet treats, magic, and good triumphing over evil. When you triumph over something, it just means to have victory, to win. So yeah, a lot of the times the stories are, there's a lot of sweet treats like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Sometimes there's magic, and usually good will win over evil.
所以呢，我们这边的 triumph 就是获胜、成功的意思。不过当动词，它是动词，我们也可以说什么东西 over， 我们文章中代表胜过于什么。
And then here in the article says, finally, Dahl's vivid descriptions really make his stories come to life. Now, when something is vivid, it's an adjective and it means producing very clear pictures in your mind. If something is vivid, it means it's very bright and clear in your mind. Sometimes when we're sleeping and we have a dream, it's so vivid, it's so clear in our mind that when we wake up, we think, is this real or not? For example, we can use vivid in a sentence like this. Joanne has vivid memories of her childhood summers spent at her grandparents' farm. It means she remembers it very, very clearly as if it happened yesterday. We also saw the phrase come to life. It just means when something comes to life, it becomes very interesting, appealing, or exciting. So yeah, for example, the movie started to come to life once the actors got into costumes and arrived on set. You start to feel, whoa, like this story is real.
所以 vivid 就是生动的意思，所以对什么的有生动的记忆，我们也可以说什么 vivid memory of 什么东西。比如说 she has a vivid memory of her first day at school。那么文章中出现的 come to life 就是变得生动有趣的意思。所以呢，它也专注于孩子们普遍喜欢的主题啊，像是甜点啊、魔法以及善良战胜邪恶这种感觉的故事。所以它的生动描述呢，就让它的故事非常的栩栩如生。
And lastly, the article says, few readers, for example, would forget the way he describes a chocolate waterfall or a giant blowing dreams into sleeping children's ears. Yes, I totally remember these stories now that we've mentioned it.
对，所以呢，比如说几乎是没有读者可以去忘记他是怎么形容巧克力瀑布的啦，或者是巨人呢将梦吹进睡着的孩子耳朵里面的画面。
Yeah, I really want to go to that chocolate factory.
I know,
it sounds so good.
I know.
Chocolate river, chocolate waterfall.
So cool.
I want it all.
所以喜欢今天的主题吗？如果喜欢的话，不要忘了按赞、订阅、分享我们的 YouTube 频道，还有 Facebook.
Yeah, so when you hear this, it means it's sadly the end of today's article, but we do have a For You chat question before we go. It's, what was your favorite story as a child? Why did you like it so much? Did you have any books?
Yeah, I think it should be Jack and the Beanstalk. I love that story. It's so cool, like when you climb up and then you see a different world.
Yeah.
And it also taught me actually how the concept of making the best of your bad situations and try to find opportunities to work harder. It really gave me that idea.
Yeah, and I think what was great about that story is it can be super imaginative as well. So there's like a lot of different variations of the story too.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, for me, I loved Roald Dahl stories actually. I loved reading, I think one of my favorite Roald Dahl books is actually The Witches. And I really like this one, The Twits. I know it's not a really famous one. I don't think they've made a movie out of this one so far. But The Twits I loved. And of course, you can't go wrong with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I did like the movie Matilda, although I didn't read the book. But yeah, those are my favorite Roald Dahl stories. But I actually like reading, and I loved reading a lot when I was a kid. So, some other non-Roald Dahl stories, if you're interested, is I don't know if you heard of this, the Magic Treehouse series. Yeah, that one's really fun because you can read about like some things in history as well. And, Chronicles of Narnia was always very fun. And of course, I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter.
Of course.
I read all the books. And then there's another one that really stuck to me. This one is called The Castle in the Attic by Elizabeth Winthrop. It's basically a story about a boy who receives a toy castle, and it looks super realistic. And little does he know there's something magical about the castle, and he kind of like shrinks and goes into the castle, or like he goes in the castle and then like a knight takes him on an adventure. And I remember this story.
I think that one rings a bell now.
Yeah, this one was so fun. I love that one. So yeah, these are some of my favorite books. What about you guys? Do you have any favorite stories? You can definitely share them with us or talk about it amongst yourselves. But that's the end of day one of our article. We still haven't learned like why Roald Dahl is like, he has a dark side. That's in day 2 and 3, so don't forget to stick around and stay tuned. But we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review
Author. I think this book's author uses too many difficult words and doesn't focus enough on the story. Wicked. Greta was a wicked old woman. She wasn't afraid to lie and cheat to get what she wanted. Appeal. Lots of people enjoy Italian food, but it doesn't appeal to me very much. Combine. A role as a director can be challenging, as it combines leadership with attention to detail. Entertain. The kindergarten teacher does a lot of dances and other funny things in class to entertain her students. Vivid. Jimmy's vivid description of the pink and orange sunset made us feel like we were seeing it.
智慧小补帖
Defeat. Disgust. Comedy. Triumph.